Beach hazard statement is still in effect.
Yeah, that big surf you're seeing out there right now along our coast, keeping lifeguards very busy this week. News 8's Tori Apodaca live at Windansea Beach with what lifeguards want everyone to know here. Tori.
Hi, good morning. Lifeguards tell us that they have been making more than 100 rescues a day. I can tell you right now, out here at Windansea, the waves are already looking intense. Of course, good news for surfers who are trying to catch some waves, as you can see them out here live right now in the water. But go ahead and take a look at Windansea on Tuesday afternoon. You can see lifeguards were very busy going in and out of the water on their jet skis as swimmers got pulled into those rip currents. The beach hazard statement is still in effect until 5 p.m. today, but once that expires, a high surf advisory goes into effect through Saturday evening due to the return of large breaking waves, especially along south and southwest facing beaches. Rip currents will also continue to stick around. Minor coastal flooding, another possibility during the evening high tides due to the combination of elevated surf and an extra gravitational pull on those tides from the approaching full moon tonight. El Nino and Hurricane Genevieve off of Baja are driving these big swells, expecting surf to reach 7 feet at times. So if you do find yourself struggling in the water, lifeguards say to try and float on your back, raise your arm and wave, and scream for help. If you are too exhausted, though, lifeguards say that they're trained to look out for signs for when people need that type of help.
Shore break, and the shore break can be 6 to 8 feet tall, and you can be standing ankle deep at one moment, and the next the waves overhead taking people, knocking them down. Water rushes up the beach, and then it pulls them straight back out to sea.
And back out here live, again, some of those surfers already out in the water this morning. Of course, it's so tempting to get in when we're seeing such hot temperatures, and the water temperature just around 75 degrees during the daytime. But lifeguards really just reminding people to be extra cautious, and really, if you're not an experienced swimmer, remember to swim near an active lifeguard tower. A good idea to check in with them, and of course, pay attention to any posted signs. Reporting live from Windansea Beach this morning, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
All right, Tori, yeah, those waves pretty big behind you there. Often when people do get caught in rip currents, they panic, and that typically comes from not knowing what to do in that type of situation. A few years ago, News 8's Sean Stiles, you see him right there, he got into the water to show us how to escape the danger. You got to swim parallel to the shore to get out of that rip, right? You can watch his full story at cbs8.com.
Wow, yeah. All right, this morning, the U.S. Coast Guard is also warning about hazardous ocean conditions, especially if you have a boat. Officials say that mariners should properly secure their vessels and stow all gear, avoid breakaway hazards, and reduce false distress alerts during turbulent sea and weather conditions. They say hurricanes that are far away can still create deadly conditions in the water, and never assume the ocean is safe, even if the weather is nice.